Hello, Facebook and Periscope world. We're about to start the show in about 2 minutes. So hang on to your happy faces. And we're wiring ourselves up here for the show. So we get some quality audio. Here's your thingy-majoo. And I hope everyone enjoys. Or enjoys the fun we're about to
Lots of fun.
about to give you.
I gotta order those bugs. I realized I have to do that.
We're about to give you.
Bugs? Yeah, I eat bugs.
We're gonna eat bugs on the show eventually.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah,
It's an assortment. Crickets and worms.
Let me
Freeze, they're dried though. But still.
turn the.
You just do it at least like
Beetles.
Get like the ranch flavored ones or something.
Ranch flavored bugs?
Yeah, like barbecue flavored crickets.
I get it tomorrow once I work when I have time. Bogged
Tommy?
It's into Tommy! Taco sauce. It's into the taco sauce. Pop the likes as tacos.
Doesn't like that.
Alright. Get you clipped on.
This thing right is like straight right in front of my face, and it's really bothering. Why is this mic here though?
It's also for the Facebookers.
Didn't we have it here before? On something?
We have a different ways. The audio's stuck there.
Oh, alright.
Alright.
You the man, so you know what's going on.
Let's start this fucker up. Language. Alright, everybody, you're live here on the Arty 84 show, live at the Packy headquarters here in Revere, Massachusetts. This is episode 21. We have, as always, the Adam the Mallets here.
Hello.
This is our second attempt of episode 21. We attempted this last Wednesday for about 10 minutes or so. And how did that end up, Adam?
Oh, it was a horror movie. Yep.
Explosive episode.
We had a dog that pooped everywhere. We had another dog that was covered with poop. Yeah, I wouldn't say it was very successful. We have, of course, Ron Doubleback. You can lightly hear his voice in the background as usual, because he says he doesn't want to get on the show, but then he ends up talking for 45 minutes on it. So, it's the Ronald Doubleback way.
Do you mind if I clip this, like, higher up here? Because for some reason...
Okay, we're live right now, so, you should just do stuff for it. Don't talk about it.
Okay.
Alright, so it's been a couple weeks. Actually, it's been 3, if you don't count the 20 minutes we did last week. Greetings from Russia. We get some Russians watching us. Well, hello there, Mother Russia. Welcome to the Arty 84 show. I hope you enjoy what you see. You ever been to Russia?
No, I had the opportunity to go and I couldn't go.
Had the opportunity to go. What happened?
I just couldn't make it at work obligations. You know, life gets in the way sometimes.
I mean, an opportunity to go to Russia.
Well, I have a friend who travels a lot, and he was going with somebody who knows the language, so anytime you're with somebody who knows the language, it's a good idea to go.
You had a Russian. What part of Russia?
I have no idea.
Oh.
It was just out there.
Is that next to Moscow?
Well, Moscow's I believe Moscow's in Russia.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Capital, if you...
Yeah, he asked him the city, and he goes, I don't know. And he goes, is that next to Moscow?
Oh, the I don't know city. I hear that city's quite nice in the winter. Well, you weren't going to Russia in the winter, were you?
No.
Yeah, it's miserable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's worse than here.
Yeah.
Well, it could be worse, I guess. So we are gonna talk about some stuff. What did we start talking about last week?
Well, we talked about that
boxing.
YouTube channel that I put you on about the creepy guy. It's called Sit and Smile.
Mm.
And he literally sits there for 4 hours once a week and just stares at the camera and smiles.
So if anyone out there actually have seen this guy who sits and smiles in front of the TV or the camera for 4 hours on YouTube, please leave a comment and let me know how long you make it through this thing. Because he has 1.9 million views. I just did some math. On that one video that has that many views, he's made approximately $15,000 to sit and smile for 4 hours.
That's all he does. Maybe we should make one stand and clap. And it's going to be for 4 hours, standing, clapping. Maybe
Didn't you say he had a show in which a home invasion happened?
Yeah.
While he was sitting and smiling?
Yeah.
Do you know anything about this guy?
No.
Like where he's from? Like where does he videotape these things from?
His apartment.
From his apartment, but where? Where is he located?
I actually have no idea what that is.
Is he from the United States or is he from?
Yeah, I think he's from the United States.
Really?
Yeah.
So he sits and smiles.
Just sit and smile. Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I gotta say, it's rivet. I like the guys who someone left a comment on it and said, "Hey, what the hell he wrote? He wrote, what's that? A spoiler alert. He sits and smiles for 4 hours."
Those comments are hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Spoiler alert.
Who's watching? Who's sitting and smiling for 4 hours?
I don't know, but I wonder how many people when they watch those are watching it the whole time. They're probably not many. They're probably watching it because it's so weird, just to check it out.
Now, do you think he actually sits and smiles for 4 hours?
Or you think it's on a loop?
Do it for like 20 minutes and it's on a loop.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
I'm thinking that out, but I wouldn't doubt it if he actually does it the whole time.
I'm thinking it could be easily done in a loop.
Yeah.
You would have to try to
Someone
find
could have figured
things
it out,
to try to.
Someone should have been able to figure it out.
Like in the movie Speed, when they put the video in the loop, and then the guy finally found out it was in a loop, and he blew up the bus.
Yeah.
At some point, you can see where that cut is, though. It just wouldn't match.
Yeah.
Even if you sit back.
Well,
and go back,
like on Speed, you kept seeing the bag.
Plain wall, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
No movement.
That's a little Nola Breezy in the background you heard.
Movements going on, like no windows.
Yeah.
It's very easy if you sit exactly still for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
True, and he has there's like a white background to the.
So there's no like outside thing, like a bird flying by or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So which is
Same
true.
animal.
Interesting. Sit and smile.
Smile.
Like that?
I'm gonna try doing that. I can't sit and smile for more than 15 minutes.
Yeah, you got the ADD.
Maybe
You know what?
15 seconds.
We lost the microphone.
We lost
of
the
course.
mic.
Right.
I got it.
There we go. Just plug that. You gotta plug that back into the mic holder on the
Oh boy.
up there.
Oh boy.
A little technical difficulties right now. This is no on the splitter. It says mic. Thanks Nola for knocking it over. It's little Nola Breezy, everyone. She gets very excited, and she knocked a Facebook mic off. So if you guys are watching on Facebook, you heard a little bit about distortion. It's at least she didn't knock the camera over like she did last time.
Yeah, that was me.
You knocked the camera over?
Yeah. I was crawling underneath the wire.
Oh, that's right. So what else happened in the week? Last week, little Tommy Brady had explosive diarrhea, so that's why we cut the show short because he couldn't keep a solid poop.
But we were talking about McGregor and Mayweather.
Yes, and Ronald Doubleback is set that Conor McGregor is going to win.
Yes,
I firmly believe that.
No, that is trolling. He's
Still
going,
think it's
he's
gonna
going against the popular thought, and I understand it. But the fact of the matter is, it's worth putting money down on, though, just in case, because the odds are that bad. But it's not going to happen.
I think it's going to be a good match.
No, it's not. It's going to be a boring, long match.
So you think this is all hype?
Like fan projection at this point
Yeah.
is like 22% vote now that McGregor's going to knock out.
So it's getting higher?
Yeah. Like the final decisions, like 22% McGregor wins by knockout.
I think
70%.
It's not going to be on until 1 in the morning, and then it's going to end. It's going to be long.
I think it's going to be about 50% by the time the match. Whether or not those numbers are real or not, I think it might be 50% by the time the match starts.
Does anyone know what the current odds are?
I don't.
Still,
I can find that out for you though. We looked it up last week. Wasn't it 1 to 30?
I don't know
no,
why.
I think
I
it was
didn't
like
see that.
120 to 1.
It's changed quite a bit, and it's been
Greg.
fluctuating.
I think the more money that goes down on him, obviously the line's going to drop.
Yeah, that's true. Well, Vegas has to sometime adjust the odds.
Depends on how much money's going in.
Yeah, because they'll lose. I mean, they gotta somehow figure out how they're gonna make money on it. You know what I mean? Let's see.
Well, they're hoping people bet on Mayweather and he loses.
Conor McGregor drops to less than 4 to 1 odd underdog.
It's 4 to 1 now.
Yeah.
That's dropped significantly
Yeah.
since the opening.
I feel it was 30 at one.
Well, that's because I think
it was like 100
I
to
think
1.
though his
be right.
people are putting stories out there that aren't true. There's a story that came out today. He got knocked out while sparring, but I think
Who,
those
McGregor or
yeah
Mayweather?
McGregor. And I think when things like that go out, it's their people putting stories out there to make him sound like
He also lost his first 2 fights.
yeah.
So he's not, it's not like he's in
Well, that's because
undefeated.
I don't know. I think it's going to be a good match. I think it's going to be better than Pacquiao and Mayweather.
well, the thing is, I don't know. It might be better. It might be more entertaining. That's for sure.
That would be
It
entertaining.
would be way more entertaining. I'll give you that. But
Conor
it's not
McGregor's going to be dancing around like a crazy person. It's going to be like intense. It's going to be like the circus.
Mayweather
would be
like I said,
intense.
McGregor has to win in the first
Yeah,
4
he'll be
rounds,
doing a lot
and he
of
has
dancing.
to win by knockout. He's not
Yeah.
going to win by points, and it has to happen early. If not, If after 4 rounds, I'd
So
say
your question is like stamina.
nothing. Yeah,
Yeah.
if nothing's happened, because Mayweather's conditioned for that. He's going to defensively dance around all over the place.
Almost 2 years.
True. And he is 40 years old.
But he's going to take this seriously. It doesn't matter though, because both of them are age paydays. But he's just going to dance
Yeah.
around. How much is it? Just
Money's
dance
money at
around.
the end of the
Defense,
day.
defense.
His trainer, McGregor's trainer, is
What if it's Bussa?
a former
Or is
boxer that fought
No
Mayweather.
Bussa? There's a train?
His trainer.
Yeah. What kind of Subway or Freight?
His Subway trainer.
Was he like the guy from Subway who eats all the... What's this, Jared from Subway?
Jared.
Would you invite Jared to Subway to your Super Bowl party?
The problem with most people going against Mayweather is they try to
Todd?
go in fast to
Yeah.
try to get that knockout in by the
It doesn't happen.
round.
It can't
He's
happen.
winded.
No.
McGregor's not going to do that. McGregor's going to.
He's going to dance as well?
I think the first round he tries, and then I think he lays off.
Well, they have to dance because they have to figure each other
You
out.
think there's going to be a lot of
Especially-
dancing for like probably a couple rounds?
Yeah, 'cause
without any really
especially-
strikes hit?
Especially for Mayweather, because the thing is, Mayweather there's no video on McGregor boxing. There's nothing. There's nothing he has to go with. So
There's
Mayweather,
enough striking video.
there is, but there's nothing of him boxing. So it's a different form. So Mayweather has to kind of figure him out, dance around, and figure what's going on here.
I think
If McGregor hasn't figured it out, I mean, if Mayweather hasn't figured it out in the first 4 rounds and McGregor can strike, then that's what he'll win. But it's just, I don't think it's going to happen. Remember, he's not a real boxer. Now, if we're in the octagon, Mayweather would
But you have to
McGregor would
realize-
destroy him.
You have to realize
Like-
as well.
Yes, he's not a real boxer. But, neither of them are extra strong guys. They're just very, they can last. They have stamina.
I think McGregor has the stamina to go full 12.
He doesn't.
That's
if
it.
you look at
That's
how
the
long
thing.
he's ever gone, he's never gone more than I think 5 minutes.
Mayweather?
No, McGregor. He's never gone anything
but
that,
if
that
you
a
But
boxer.
it's a different strategy now.
If you watch
it's not the same.
Mayweather's
True.
full 12-round fights, how long does he actually go in those fights?
They're not.
Like 6 minutes?
Like actually
Yeah,
how
maybe.
much work? Yeah, exactly. When you break it down, like
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
and Mayweather the same. Like how much actual fighting does he do in 12 rounds? Probably less
5
than
minutes.
a couple minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes. Yeah,
He'll land
But for
like
longer,
100
he'll just
punches.
dance around.
it's all dancing.
That's all dancing.
People are just
So-
gonna people are gonna stop booing. I would imagine that if it goes like 2-3 rounds and they really haven't struck each other, the crowd will stop booing in Vegas because they're not boxing. They're sitting around dancing.
I think
And once that
McGregor-
starts
I think
happening-
McGregor tries for the first 2 rounds
Yeah.
to go full throttle,
Yeah.
and then if he doesn't at least startle Mayweather,
Yeah.
he'll let off the gas.
But while
And I
Mayweather,
think that's all attributed to his trainer.
Mayweather's getting older, the fact of the matter is, this is a guy who is 49-0. He knows what he's doing. Like
True.
it's not like he just woke up.
Yeah,
Even though he's
some
older,
schmuck
like,
out the street. He knows.
Yeah.
He has an idea.
49-0. There's a reason he's never lost. All right, and this isn't even a guy who's really boxed.
And you know the story that's going to come out of this if he loses, right?
Oh, it's gonna be if Mayweather loses, it was by design, so there could be a rematch for more money. Because
True.
I guarantee the only reason Mayweather loses is
I
by
don't think
design.
it's by design. I just think the way Mayweather is I've never lost to a professional boxer in my career.
But if someone's
True.
waving millions, hundreds of millions, not like tens
Do
of
you think?
millions, I
Do you think if this match happens, regardless of who wins, you think that goes UFC next time and Mayweather?
Absolutely not.
You don't
Yeah,
think
no
he'll-
way.
Chance
No?
of that.
no, I wish, but no way.
Because I
That would
mean,
be
talk
hilarious.
about for UFC, talk about Dana White to really monopolize on this. Now you have a
McGregor-
boxer going, and now
McGregor would rip.
it's like a home,
shreds.
but it's a home and away game.
I also
You
think
know what I
there's-
mean?
Yeah,
I also think
Which I think it would be awesome to see if that was possible.
there's a substantial chance that McGregor messes up.
Yeah.
And gets DQ.
yeah. That's what I thought. McGregor might, even
Like
if he's
how,
losing,
because he doesn't
His
know like,
instinct.
the rules.
Kick his hip or something.
yeah, his
Yeah.
instinct, just instinctively,
No, you could be right. That could be definitely a possibility.
like Tyson biting the ear, just sort of
Not
like.
that bad.
but that wasn't. I don't think that was an instinct thing. That was him just being an ass. I think that was like.
well, that could still happen too.
But like the McGregor, I know what you're saying. He'll still start thinking the MMA rules, and like all of a sudden, he'll be like,
Put
"Kwah!"
him in a chokehold.
And
or
be
something.
like, oh wait a minute, you can't do that. Like wait a minute, like but you got to think though.
And then they build up another fight a year later.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
And they both got paid for this one.
And you got to
Exactly.
think too. There's gonna be
Yeah.
some leeway though.
Something ridiculous like that might happen.
I agree. I totally.
Where like in the beginning of round 2,
it's so corrupt.
Yeah.
he kicks him,
Totally.
they DQ the fight,
Now they just push you back to next
and
August.
then they have another fight a year
So you
later.
have 365 days of more hype. Like I gotta say, the hype tour. It was
One of the cities was bad.
it was very
It's hilarious.
very raunchy in the sense, very borderline racist. A lot of
No,
stuff said.
I hate
But
that
it was
shit.
entertaining because it was like you could tell it was all scripted. You could tell both of them were on the same page. You could tell that both of them probably go into the locker room afterwards.
And
they
then,
probably
hey, let's get a
sit there.
beer.
And they're sitting there laughing about the amount of money they're making because all these fools like us are sitting there like enjoying it.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna think like in a business sense when he's making $1 billion and
Hundreds of millions.
McGregor's making $500 million, say, right? There's a lot of money getting tossed around there. At some point you gotta understand like, all right, this is a fight, but now it's more of a business than a fight. So now that we're gonna box, or we're gonna just try to hype this up to make as much money as possible, and then we'll give them a decent show to watch.
Yeah.
I disagree. I think they genuinely hate each other.
No, they do genuinely hate each other, but I think there is part of that.
You don't think they're coming
scripted
in
either,
you don't think they're coming in an alliance just for the fact that they know they're making money off this? Calling a
No.
truce until the fight?
No, because I firmly believe Mayweather cannot get along with anyone.
Well, it's very
Neither
difficult.
can
It does
McGregor.
have a difficulty, yeah.
No,
Honestly,
no.
I think it's 60% they fucking royally hate each other and 40% ad lib for the crowd. That's
True.
what I think. That's
If
what
they're
I think.
entertaining, I gotta give them that.
It's hilarious.
They are keeping my attention because I wouldn't ordinarily have any interest in this fight at all. But for the fact of the matter is that they're that interested with like just the hype. What were we in July 18th? Which is fights another
I think-
month and 10 days away.
I
So
think-
it's like
Booking the fight in August was a mistake.
It
Why is
was.
that?
It was really soon.
that's usually when they do fight.
Well, no, when they announced it was only 2 months
True.
ahead.
Yeah, and you know what
So I also tend to believe that they agreed off script 6 months ago.
probably.
Yeah.
Because there's no way Mayweather can train in 2 months for a fight.
No, and the reason they're trying to get this thing off so in August, even if they didn't agree 6 months ago, is because they're afraid that one of them's going to pull out. So they have to get this thing as pull out. Ronald Doubleback knows nothing about pulling out.
Hip action got to be strong.
They want to make sure like that they get this thing actually off. Like you know what I mean?
Get it off.
Get it off and pull it out. Innuendos, yeah. Use your own imagination.
If one was to pull out, who do you think it would be?
Well, judging by
I
how
think it'd be Mayweather.
You do.
Yeah, he's
You
kind
think
of
so?
a bitch about stuff like that.
yeah, because of more of like the pride thing. Well, this guy's not a real boxer, so I'm not going to fight him.
Yeah, I
McGregor
remember.
will
like-
fight anyone, though.
I remember with the
He'd
Pacquiao
fight his
thing.
grandmother if the situation came down to it.
I remember with the Pacquiao thing, there were like contracts, and they pulled out in the back end. It's like, oh, he wouldn't do this test, and this. It was so bullshit. It was such
Well, what do you guys think out there on Periscope and Facebook Live? Well, who do you think is going to win this fight? Is it going to be Merriweather or is it going to be Conor McGregor? Like, I'm curious.
Mayweather? Yeah, cornerback.
Mayweather.
Mayweather. Sorry. So I get it mixed up all the
What's up,
time.
guy?
Yeah, Brendan Merriweather
What's up,
and
everybody? How you doing over there?
Brandon. What's up? Mayweather's first name?
What's he doing?
Lloyd.
Lloyd Mayweather.
Lloyd
Mayweather's
Mayweather. Not Brendan Mayweather. Merriweather.
No, not Brendan.
Lloyd, not
Oh,
Lloyd.
Floyd. No, what did I say? Lloyd?
Lloyd.
Goes to your haunted house.
I'm thinking of Lloyd Christmas. So it's a combination of Brendan Merriweather, Lloyd Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather,
Wow.
and Lloyd Christmas. You can tell this is not a high cost.
What did his dad do? Was his dad a boxer? Mayweather? I thought so. Not that I'm not familiar.
I thought for the longest time, you're gonna think I'm retarded, was that that Merriweather and Mayweather. I thought they were the same person. I thought the linebacker for the Patriots was also a boxer.
The room just got really quiet.
I thought this sincerely for because I thought this is what they do, and what the reason it was because Jones, what's his name?
Chandler Jones' brother.
Is an MMA? Yeah, Chandler Jones' brother's an MMA
Father,
fighter.
not him.
I got totally confused. I thought the one was, yeah. So Brendan Merriweather and Floyd Mayweather, not the same person. Very similar last names.
Did you see
Confused the hell out of me for about 2.5 years.
Hardy, who plays for the Cowboys? Who played for the Cowboys?
Hardy.
He's going to UFC.
Matt Hardy?
Yeah, he's
Really?
going to UFC now.
Is he really?
Yeah. He's been training. He's given
Now
up.
he should go to WWE and join the Hardy Boys.
Matt Hardy should just go to jail.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
He
what do
will.
you do? What's his
He will.
claim to fame?
He'll go to jail.
Didn't he beat his girlfriend or something?
Oh,
That's right, yeah.
He didn't just beat her. He beat her, and then he had all these all these assault rifles on his bed.
Oh,
and
yes.
I was like,
That dude, that's another scumbag of the NFL.
oh, he's a complete moron.
Yeah.
Oh
He's still
god.
playing.
The Dallas Cow. They should be reading the Dallas Outlaws, and now
Wow.
Ezekiel Elliott's being a jackass again.
So, inform me. This happened 2 days ago. I haven't heard this story. What happened?
Something in a bar,
He's a
I
virus.
think.
I haven't read about it yet.
Yeah.
A little altercation in the bar.
Altercation. He just can't
Get
he just
himself
can't
out of
stop.
trouble.
No.
Yeah. You know what these guys should do with all these money? You know, these football players who are like in their early 20s?
Let me invest it for him.
They should literally, for 10 years of their life, don't do anything.
Yeah.
Like, they should hire someone to... Where'd she go? Did we say something that offended her?
I'm sure she'll be okay.
Well, Susie J just left and didn't say anything. They should...
What?
If I was... They should literally hire someone for $10. For $10. For 10 years. And make sure they don't do anything. Because even if you retire at 32, that's still a pretty good time to go out and live your life, you know what I mean?
Like, kind of, they should be like a verbal bodyguard.
Yeah.
Like, don't you, like, pull them away from things like, this is going to be bad, you got to stay
Well,
clean.
like a PR person,
get out of it. Yes,
essentially.
yeah, exactly.
But like someone who like lists like, hey, I'm going to this party. Because I think Gronk seriously has a PR person that tells him things he can and can't do.
Yeah, but Gronk is that, like,
Listen
fun
to
bad.
him, though.
Well, I think he dances the line.
He does. He's good at that, though.
He can, like, how much can I do to not
think
piss the
Paul-
Patriots off, but at the same time, you know, he's...
I'm not going to touch a girl inappropriately or get in a fight.
Or like Edelman.
Yeah.
Grabbing-
I remember that. That happened to
grabbing
Faneuil
some
Hall.
bum.
Yeah, that happened to Faneuil Hall.
And everyone forgets about that. And everyone forgets about Paul Pierce, who got almost stabbed to death his rookie year. Remember that?
Oh, I forgot about
He
that.
was at some bar brawl, someone stabbed him. Who also signed a one-day contract. You see that?
I saw that.
He can retire as a Boston Celtic.
Let me ask you a question. They were talking about this on the radio the other day. Where would you rank him? I mean, we got to get a sports at some point. We want to talk the whole time. But where would you rank Paul Pierce all time in terms of an Boston athlete?
Boston-
All sports.
Not a
Like,
Celtic?
no, like all time.
All Boston sport.
All Boston sports, like all the major athletes, where would you rank him? They were saying he probably wouldn't be in the top 10.
Slightly
Probably.
inside the top 20.
Yeah,
Really?
that's pretty much what they said. Yeah.
Really?
Slightly inside the top 20.
Huh.
I mean, if you think of all the
Patriots-
major,
All
Yeah.
all time, all
Yeah.
sports,
You
basketball.
have at least...
Basketball top 10. He's a top 10 Celtic.
He's a top...
top 10 Celtics,
Celtic,
but all
but then
sport.
you add
He
in-
might be a top 5 Celtic.
I'd say I'd say 7.
I don't consider Garnett a Celtic. I'm
I
talking about
Yeah, I would consider guys.
Celtics.
Right at the bat, yeah. Robert
Bird,
Parrish,
McHale,
Larry Bird,
Parrish,
Danny Ainge,
Ainge? I wouldn't put Ainge up there.
Havlicek,
Bill Russell,
Cousy.
Bill Russell.
Kuzi. Yeah, but
You think Ainge?
but
You
Kuzi
say
and Ainge.
Ainge?
But I don't know. I think
All the players
Pierce
in
is
that
better than
case.
Kuzi and Ainge.
Debatable. But
I think-
don't that's a separate whole
Yeah,
radio
I mean
show.
Robert Parrish, Bill Russell, and Larry Bird. I think are the top 3.
Definitely.
As it gets there, it gets very hazy
Yeah.
because they're all good.
And then I can at least name
Oh.
10 to 12 Red Sox players that are more beneficial than
Oh, definitely.
Who?
Lopez.
Name 5 Red Sox players better than Paul Pierce. All
Yes.
time.
Okay. Easy.
Overrated.
Yes.
Most overrated player ever.
Manny.
Debatable, but no.
One of the
Ortiz,
best- all right.
obviously. Pedro.
I put Pedroia ahead of
No, I think
Lopez.
Pedroia is no. I don't think so.
He's a Red
Debatable.
Sox lifer.
Obviously.
He is, but he's a Johnny Pesky.
I can think of 3 definites.
He's an average player. He's a Johnny Pesky. Johnny Pesky was an average player.
There's 3
Johnny
unarguables.
Pesky is put on this stage because he was with the team for 50 years.
You're right.
But he was
You're
an
right.
average
I
player.
agree with you.
Pedroia is a
Pedro
consistent.
Martinez.
Yeah, there's 3 definites. Ortiz,
Roger
Pedro.
Clemens.
Oh, no.
His
no.
best years were with the Red Sox.
He was a 500 pitcher.
Not
no,
the Red Sox.
No, with the Yankees he was better. No, I wouldn't put Clemens on it.
Not really.
Pedro,
You gotta look at his
Ortiz, and Ted Williams. Those are the only 3 definites.
Ted Williams, yeah.
Yeah. But no,
When
Clemens
you get
not
into
with
the
Boston.
Yaz and the Fist, those are like decade guys that like shine for a couple of years. But I think Yaz, even though he was on the team for 20 years, I think he was overrated. He was like a Pedroia. I would put Pedroia, Yaz, Fisk had a couple good years, and then he had a couple good years.
I still
in
think he's in the
Chicago.
top 20.
You know who was good and never left? If you look at Dwight Evans' numbers, if he never
Wade
freaking
Boggs,
left.
same him.
Wade Boggs never left. He would have been a killer Red Sox.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he left because of he wanted to go to the
Yankees.
Yankees. I mean, why wouldn't you?
You know,
What did he do?
Clemens, I can't say Clemens. He was a 500 pitcher in Boston, overrated, never won anything. Overrated. If you look at his numbers in
Did
Boston,
you see his
500
number
pitcher.
his rookie year?
What about
Yeah, great year. You're
And
right.
then the '86
you're
year
right.
in the World Series,
Yeah.
he pitched Game 6 in the World Series, almost a no-hitter.
Yeah.
Patriots?
No, he had some great years.
Patriots.
Oh yeah, there's
Patriots get very cloudy because now
That's
you gotta
cloudy.
start thinking. But the majority of the Patriots, the good Patriots, were obviously in the last 15 years.
Yeah.
Because when you start going,
Pierce was the last 15 years
Yeah.
as well.
true.
So it's apples to apples.
Yeah,
Bledsoe's probably 20. I wouldn't put him in the top 10. No.
I would. I'm
Bledsoe's-
sorry, Steve Grogan is
Grogan.
above Drew Bledsoe
Oh, big time. I
for
agree.
quarterbacks in
I
the
agree.
Patriots.
What do you take?
All three of them are in the top 20.
Brewski,
For
Harrison's.
Boston, all-time Boston sports.
Ugh, Drew Bledsoe leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Me
So
too.
he was such an overrated, on first overall
Andre
draft pick.
Tippett.
He could never close the deal.
You can't say Moss. You can't put Moss in there.
No, he's like a Garnett.
Brewski,
Brewski's up there.
Harrison.
But see, all right, I'm sorry.
I don't even know if I would put Rodney Harrison.
No, I think Rodney Harrison's like a Garnett and
He's
like
there for 2-3 years.
a couple years.
Curtis
that's
Martin.
it.
He wasn't there long enough though.
Curtis Martin's best years were probably with the
Bruschi.
Jets.
Yeah, they probably were.
Teddy Bruschi.
Teddy Bruschi, I would say, is probably Willie McGinnis,
Definitely.
Law and Lawyer Malloy. I think definitely had their best
So
years.
Pierce is like almost.
Troy Brown.
Troy Brown, Mr. Consistent. But see, they made an interesting thing on the
Edelman.
radio today about Troy Brown. Is he never
Edelman.
made it in an All-Star game. He never was an All-Star game. Yes, Pro Bowler. He was Mr. Consistent. I put in Troy Brown with the Pedroias in the world, with
he
the
is.
Yazs in the world.
That's
They're a
perfect.
consistent guy who played on the
They're
team
good.
for many years, who are very good.
They're
You can
good.
depend on them, but they're not outstanding. They're not the Manny Ramirez's of the world. They're not the Ted Williams of the world. You know what I mean? They're not the Tom Brady's of the world.
No, they're not.
Little Tommy Brady, speaking of which, just broke into the food bin.
You have to duct tape that thing down now.
So
Jeez.
Pierce,
All right, now
top, barely inside the top 20.
it's tough.
If
Now,
you put all the
Oh
numbers
wait,
together.
what about who
Bruins?
was the Celtics
We didn't
go-to
even
guy
touch the
right
Bruins.
before Pierce?
Bruins.
Before Pierce, there was that other black guy who had the gambling problem.
Michael Jordan?
No,
Len Bias?
Celtics. No,
Len Bias
He
and he
died.
had cocaine problem. He never
Oh
came
my
from.
God! Why am I forgetting his name? You should all should know this. You're
Antoine
Celtics
Walker.
fans. Yes, Antoine
Antoine-
Walker.
oh,
Thank you.
Such an overrated piece of crap player.
Antoine Walker.
Antoine Walker was the biggest piece of crap that ever played on the Celtics. He was one of the guys. First of all, he was drafted. I can't believe this. We drafted him before Kobe Bryant. We could have had Kobe Bryant.
7 teams drafted players before Kobe Bryant that year.
True. But, I mean, just think, if we could have had Kobe,
We didn't
we
even
had
do the
Antoine.
Bruins.
Bruins get a little scared. Like, Bruins,
Yeah, Cam Neely, Bobby Orr.
Tim Thomas.
Cam Neely.
Is Cam Neely and your Dustin Pedroia, Troy Brown.
Yeah. And so is,
Tim Thomas, I think, is top 20.
So is O'Reilly. Tim Thomas, definitely one of the best goalies this team's ever seen. Bobby Orr, obviously one of the best offensive players and defensive players. Overall,
Do you
great
put
player.
Zdeno Chara?
Ugh. Dustin Pedroia is in the world. He's in
I
that.
think so.
Yeah, because
Solid.
his better years were of Ottawa. We got him
He's been
right
with the team for what, 12 years?
about
10
10, but he also played about 10 of Ottawa.
I know that one
He was
year. we had,
his first year was 95 in Ottawa.
I know that one year we had Yager. You know, I mean.
But Yager's a swordsman. He, like, I mean,
Yager's a
he's-
guy net.
he is. He's but no. But I think Yager's different than guy. No, he's Ricky Henderson. Yager's Ricky Henderson because he's played on every single team and he's won with some teams. And he goes down. He has great seasons with that 1 year. Like, he had a really good season with the Bruins that year.
I think
Yeah, the man Yager. The
Yeah.
Yager.
we gotta compile an actual list.
We should.
We could. We put this together because Bruins are a little
Who would you
sketchy.
say number one overall?
You know, next week let's all
Number
put
one,
on-
number-
2 overall.
Because you know number
Ooh,
one's going to
Yeah,
be Tom
number
Brady.
2 overall.
Ortiz.
David Ortiz.
Or Ted
You think
Williams.
Ortiz?
I think Ortiz because Ortiz won 3, Williams none. Although you can make the argument that Williams
But that's not his fault. It's a
lost
team
3,
game.
but he lost
It's a team
also.
game.
I mean, everyone from the 1920s to 2004 never won with the Red
It's a
Sox.
team
True,
game. You can't
but
put it on one people.
Ted Williams lost 3 years because of World War II. Although there were less teams back then, so it was easier to be better than it is now, which is there are more teams, so it's harder to be better because there's more competition.
He put
And
Ortiz ahead of Ted.
Where's Cy Young?
the Red Sox teams of those
He
years.
put Ortiz ahead of Pedro Martinez.
Yes,
Yeah.
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 because
So you
Ortiz
put Pedro
had
Martinez ahead
Ortiz
of
had
Ted.
almost 20 great years.
Pedro.
Pedro had about 10. And out of those, but out of those 10, maybe 7 or 6. His late Montreal days and his 99.
So it goes TB12 and then literally a bunch of Red Sox.
Probably for a while, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, Bobby Orr, though.
Larry
Ugh.
Bird.
Larry Bird. I
think you have
Bill
to-
Russell over Larry Bird, though. Bill Russell
I think-
dominated. Like, you need to think of a player who dominated the
I know what
sport.
your article in the pack is going to be tomorrow.
Right?
You're compiling a list of the top 20.
I'm already doing this.
Like-
You know, I think next week let's compile our own lists.
We should and compare
and then compare them.
because you're gonna say Tom Brady dominates the sport, right?
He's
Dominates.
that's
Well,
Boston athlete.
now, if you go back,
Did we put any New England Revolution in?
I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even tell you.
I don't even know.
Honestly, like,
What's Cy Young?
and I've been Cy Young pitched in the teens when there was no teams.
But he has an award
I know,
named after
I
him.
know, but he was just like Babe Ruth. If you, baseball.
Did Babe Ruth play
oh,
enough years on the Red Sox to be considered an
No.
all-time Red Sox great?
I don't know.
Well,
no,
you know what, we're
because
coming
his
back
best
to
years
this.
were in the Yankees.
We're going to come back to this.
Like,
It
I
doesn't
think-
matter. Like
Here's the thing with baseball.
Where it
I
comes
hate
down.
this.
Okay, how about this?
Baseball is so decade oriented. It's so hard to compile it because out of all the sports, baseball has really identified themselves throughout the decades as a particular sport
Or
and the
every
players.
15 years.
Yeah, or 20 years. Yeah, I would even give you that. Whereas football consistently since the start of football, I would say the start of the Super Bowl era, so 60s. AFL merger, right? Say that time. Football's been pretty much the same. Like the team plays, you can compare the two because the game has not really evolved. Baseball has evolved significantly just because of the way it's played. It's even though it's the same rules
I'm
and.
going completely out.
I am too. Baseball has not evolved at all. I think it's
I think the plays have evolved. I don't think the game itself has evolved, but I think the plays have evolved. I think the plays have gone stronger, faster,
because of
bigger,
drugs.
whatever the
You can
reason
say that
was.
about any sport.
But I think football has pretty much been the same. I think you could take a guy from the 1920s and the Giants team and put him on the New England Patriots, and he could play. I think he has the same skill set. I think the brain power was the same. I think the amount of physical activity is the same.
Could not do that. I don't think that
baseball, you couldn't do that.
players from the 30s and 40s in football, defensive players, could not keep.
Well,
up with
defense
the
is a lot
offensive
different.
players.
But what about an offensive player from the 20s or the 30s onto a team? They might have a problem because now
They're
the
not
rules have changed so
starters.
bad.
They're not starters, I don't think.
It's hard to say. Baseball is tough because Ted Williams could not play in the 2017 Red Sox.
Yeah.
Ted Williams wouldn't be a starter.
But the thing is, he hit 400, so what would he hit now? 350? It should still be good.
I don't know.
50 points
I think it would be more than
like,
maybe high twos.
Like 290, like the actual average.
Because the fastball back in those days was like 85 miles
But
per
you didn't see
hour.
anybody else hitting when there where he was hitting.
Because he just he was above average for his time. You stick him in nowadays, he's an average baseball player. I'm sorry, Ted Williams in the 2000 teens is an average baseball player.
I think he's a Pedroia.
They're pitching 100 miles per hour these days. There's no way in hell Ted Williams could have hit 100 mile per hour fastball.
So what about if Larry Bird was around today?
Basketball is different,
He's
not
white.
because of the players, because of
white.
the rules.
He's white.
It's because they
White
made
people.
basketball more like a defensive game. They give the benefit of the doubt to the offensive players driving the.
It's like no contact now.
Yeah, back in the day, it was street ball. Basketball in the last
I
25
also
years
agree
has
with
changed
that. I
dramatically.
don't think NBA players from the 70s can play today.
No,
No.
I don't think they'd be allowed zapped.
They'd be arrested.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like, just the forearms they would throw back
and
then.
honest to God, I think NHL players as well. I mean, there was that greatest scene in the '80s
You can actually consider
when
that football.
O'Reilly went into the crowd in Montreal to beat up fans.
Oh God.
Like he
Yeah, there's a lot of
literally,
instances of that.
picture a professional hockey player now going into, or any professional player going into the stands and beating up fans.
Oh yeah, didn't Spreewell do that? There have been a few basketball players that have done that. Yeah.
Brawl in Detroit.
Yeah.
That one, like literally, you just piece it out.
I'm gonna have a smoke.
Oh,
I'm literally piecing out.
Ronald Tallback just getting up in the middle of the discussion.
That is messed
But
up. And that's there's been a few baseball players that were choir boys have killed people.
yeah, well, how about Ty
Honest
Cobb?
Wagner. Yeah, Ty Cobb killed a guy. Yep,
Yeah.
he did.
I mean,
Yep.
it's just now if you think of these days, if you look back when when Babe Ruth, we're gonna go further, when he was eating a hot dog, drinking a beer on the mound, pitching, weighing 300 pounds. He was like a pitcher, Sandoval, like picture that type of athlete today, like non-physical, you know what I mean?
But you have these pitchers who are freaks of nature. So like David Wells, remember him?
David Wells was nasty, and he was a big boy.
Yeah, he was. He was a
Bud Clemens was
just
a big boy,
defied
too.
logic.
Yeah.
like just those people that just slip through the cracks.
Sports,
You know.
oh, it's so hard to put him in a big pool. I mean,
We'll come back to this. We'll put up our
We
own
will.
lists and compare them. Let's do it. 20.
Yes, are you out there? Please
20.
send us what you think,
Top 20. We'll get it.
and
we'll do
and
20.
how you think it should be evolved. Because personally, I think it should be broken up by like 20-year segments or eras of the game.
Yeah.
To make it more of a fair list, because I feel like that we look at numbers. Oh,
That's not good.
well, Susie J's having some neck issues, and Joe's having some back issues, and
Everyone's getting old here.
Instantly tired. Like,
everyone's getting old. We're like an old age home. I like that.
We're smoking.
But-
Which brings me to the next thing in football players. What do you think of the Peyton Manning commercials during the FCs?
I thought they were. I chuckled. I didn't think they were hilarious, but I thought they were good.
Mhm.
They were solid. They could be a lot worse.
Yeah,
You know.
I think they were entertaining.
They were entertaining.
I like the Tom Brady aspect that was pickled into the.
I like that too.
And it all goes down that everyone knows that Tom Brady and Peyton Manning are very good friends.
Yeah.
And there's a camaraderie there, the rivalry that they enjoyed playing off each other for all those years.
No.
And they actually, it's been told that they actually communicate with each other about prepared for games against opponents.
Yeah.
Because they both have a very intelligent knowledge of the game.
I mean, you got to respect each other. I mean, you're both good. So
I think there's not many quarterbacks.
Peyton.
Such a Tennessee volunteer fangirl over there. Like, go Vols. Peyton hasn't played on the Vols in 20 years.
So?
If you go to Knoxville, Tennessee, there is still a small population, like my lovely fiance, who still celebrates the Peyton Manning days as if they were a current event.
hey, you know.
He has a road named after him in Knoxville.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm sure that's lovely. I'm sure he goes there all the time, and he takes a picture of the Peyton Manning Way outside of, what's the name of the stadium? Neyland Stadium. And I'm surprised they haven't changed the name to Peyton Manning Stadium yet.
Might be coming.
It's probably, the new stadium is going to be Peyton Manning
My God.
Paradise.
I wouldn't doubt it.
But, yes. I mean, listen, I shouldn't talk. People in Boston love Doug Flutie for that one miracle throw he did in the '84 championship game.
It's
For the,
sick.
like, the guy's 5'0". He throws this Hail Mary pass. And so I feel the Volunteers, fans, the Boston College Eagles are the same with Doug Flutie.
I feel bad for anybody who's listening right now who's not in New England. Like, having to hear that.
Doug Flutie.
I'm so sick of Doug Flutie.
Hey, it's his own bar and grill at the casino in Plainville.
Oh, God. I believe it.
Doug Flutie.
Oh,
Do
God.
you remember they brought him back on the...
That's named after?
Who?
That's who that's named after?
Yeah, you know who Doug Flutie
Remember
is?
Flutie Flakes?
No.
Flutie Flakes?
I
Yeah.
wasn't born yet.
Yeah, but he
God.
played in the NFL. You goofball. He played for the Buffalo Bills and the Patriots. And
We need to get out of sports. I'm getting annoyed
Girl, and
thinking of
paid
Doug
attention
Flutie.
to sports when I was little.
It's like 10 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, Flutie retired probably 10 years ago, right?
Well, I was a little girl then.
Yeah, maybe, that's about right. Maybe 10 years.
Well, he wasn't on the Patriots winning team. I think when he was on the Pats, in 2005?
I'll go with that. That sounds about right.
Because he did like this last season with the Patriots. Because he was in the Bills like during
yeah.
for like the late 90s, early 2000s. But before that, he played in the CFL for all those years.
Yep. Let's see.
But I think the Pats brought him back on a one-year deal just because it's the thing to
Doug
do.
Flutie.
But, I mean, you talk to people because he's from Framingham, and they're pretty much...
Yeah, you're right.
Or
2005 he retired.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, right on the money.
Either Natick or Framingham, he's from out that area, and they still celebrate his whole catalog. Like, he was like, what the hell's his name? Caligliero, right? From Revere.
I know that.
You can talk to some old timers who will talk about like Caligliero like it was yesterday, and he didn't play it since the '70s. You know what I mean? Like he was. I remember him playing down McMacken Field or the. Tommy's got.
Tommy's having a buffet.
Tommy's having Tommy. If you can see Tommy right
now he's done.
we have this Patriot helmet in the living room that we store the dog food in. And Tommy can get his nose just right into it and prop it open, and he literally he's gonna do it again. He buries his head in the dog food. Now we think he's a little overweight. I think he needs a little more exercise.
I think Noah needs to steal some of that weight.
Yeah, and I think Nola's more muscular. Tommy, stop it, buddy. Oh, now Tommy wants to be on TV.
Now he feels bad.
Now he comes. Now he's like,
So anyway, getting out of sports, I feel like we need to get out of
sports,
here. We've killed sports today. I feel like we were talking about this show on TLC that we felt. I Am Jazz.
I Am Jazz. Very interesting.
We'll go 180 right now from sports to I Am Jazz. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on it? Because I remember you brought this up to me.
Yeah.
You said you wanted to talk.
Well,
about
because I seen the show and I was actually taken back. I didn't really know the premise of the show until about 15 minutes into an episode. So I never heard this. I gotta be honest. Never heard of this show in my life. Never heard anything about this thing. I literally turned it on and I started reading it and I go, "This is a very highly disturbing show." And I think it's like child abuse.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to you earlier.
Because I think, first of all, this person, Jazz, is a transgender, I guess you would say, right?
Yeah, transgender into being a female.
Boy who thinks she's a girl,
Maybe.
confused, obviously, going through puberty, very confused, not knowing where anything's going. And I think, was it on A&E or TLC?
It's a TLC or A&E, one of those.
It's totally, monopolizing on this poor kid. But I think the parents are as guilty as the TV show. The parents are the ones going along with it. But I think this is a personal issue that the kid should work out on its own. And it's not even he or she's not even 18 years old. She's,
Exactly, and that was my problem with the whole thing. Like,
Yeah.
if you're 18, do whatever you want to your body. You're 18 years old, but the thing is, like, how could a parent feed their child? I understand, like, mom, dad, like, I'm a girl inside, whatever.
Yeah.
We live in a new
Which
age.
is fine,
whatever,
that
right?
happens, and that's
but
usually
like,
what I know.
But like, to feed your kid drugs that have horrible side effects.
Yeah.
Right, and so they can feel better about themselves. And like, there are
Maybe he's around with that
episodes where she feels suicidal.
yeah,
there
that's
are ones that are really fucked up. Like, why would you? How could you do that as a
Kids
parent?
have it bad enough these days, just going through regular teenage things, and now this has to be monopoly. Like, what happens to this person 10 years from now? Like with just all this, because you know you're gonna get negative attention. You know there's not a lot of open-minded Americans out there watching the show. You know at least it's 50% of it's negative, and you know that at least these people watching it aren't going to be saying nice things.
No, they're not. It has gotten better, but you're right. A majority are not. I don't think.
No, and I think like I understandable people understand like, oh yeah, it's a wide open. You know, by all means, you are what you are, and you do what you want to do. But to be that young, it's one thing when who's Jenner? What the hell is his name now? Kristen Jenner?
Oh yeah, Caitlyn Jenner.
Caitlyn Jenner. What was his real name? Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce.
Beforehand?
But Bruce doesn't exist anymore.
Bruce is gone. Yes.
Yeah.
That's one thing. I mean, I think that's another publicity kind of.
It is, but
Maybe
now
you
that he's
feel-
a woman, he can golf easy.
Yeah. He what? Shoots
His
from
golf
the
is-
red tees.
Yeah. His
I
golf.
guess so. Do you think he still shoots from the red tees?
I don't know, but he,
No, he's back there in the whites. He's the advanced tees. He's shooting that thing like crazy.
but technically his awards should be taken away from him as an Olympian because he no longer exists.
I guess so. I mean,
Right?
Does he die and just be rebirthed? Is he gone?
I
I think that's just odd. I think like I don't know.
I feel like if you still, this is like the whole, it's controversial with the whole bathroom thing, right? If you still have the parts down there,
Yeah.
that is the bathroom you belong in. Now, if you have the surgery, yes, then you know what? You can go to the woman's room if you get your dick hacked off and you know what I mean, get a piece
Yeah,
of
so the way I look at it, it's like whatever. I'm like that's such a minute thing. Like people get bent out of shape about that. Like whatever. If some girl thinks she's a guy,
I don't
she's in the
care,
bathroom, I mean,
but
I don't know.
our government is like fighting over this constantly.
Yeah.
And it's like don't
It's
you
the
have
new.
better things
Well,
to do?
it's a civil rights thing, I guess. Now it's a
It
new
is.
thing to
New
be
world,
involved,
new
you know.
thing. Yeah, I shouldn't have grown up.
But I don't. I oppose to having a child on TV. Regardless, I mean, I understand. One party will say like, well, it's helping children out there too who are in that same situation to be able to come out and be free of it. Like,
God damn.
but that's a lot for a kid to take in. You know,
It is, dude. What has happened in this world?
these parents are monopolizing off this poor kid just trying to figure out what the hell they are,
That's exactly the issue.
and they're making money off them. They're not. And I don't think it's helping the kid.
No.
And maybe the kid can sit there and be like, well, you know, maybe I'm helping someone else come out, or maybe someone else feel who they are. And that's great and everything. But you don't have to do that on publicly TV. You could
No,
go
you're
and have. You could go around the country and you could have talks. And you
Have
could
a-
go.
yeah.
You know these
A
like
forum and things like that.
without
Discussions.
it being publicized on TV, because the people who go to those forums are people who are want to know and people who are going to be understanding.
Yeah.
When you watch it on TV, you get people like us just flipping through the channel saying, "What the hell's on this TV right now?"
Yeah.
And then a lot of people, I mean, look at YouTube, right? Look at these people who are talking about YouTube. Adam DeWoo, right? I like to mention him, or the smiling face guy, right? Or the carpetbagger guy who goes around the country and looks at stuff. If you look at their videos. Yeah, they may get 44,000 views a day, right? Or 45,000 views for the video. But, in comparison to that, they maybe get like 50 positive views, and then they get one negative view.
Yeah.
Like, why do you need that? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And just think of this, like, they can only imagine the hate mail from those, crazy, you know, the real religious right,
Yeah.
what they think of these shows. Like, what are they saying? Like, you know what I mean?
No, you know where it all went wrong, buddy? This is where it started with giving kids trophies for finishing last. This is where it started.
I'm totally against that.
I can't stand it. I
Totally.
can't stand it. I can't stand the
Suze, you ever get a trophy for finishing last?
participation trophies.
Participating trophy?
For finishing last?
Yeah, or a
Oh, you guys should say
participation
it was
trophy?
so good.
No.
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 It's a recently thing that started over the last 10 years. When I
Everyone
was a
gets
kid,
trophy.
there was a sense of reality that came when you went to a banquet and you seen a team that was much better than you.
Jerking
What
off
was
in
that?
Sounds like Joey's jerking off in that.
It's upstairs.
No, it sounds like it's next
Sounds
door.
like a window.
No, it's coming right there. It's a vigorous jerking.
No, that's the rain. I think the rain's hitting the window in a weird angle.
No, it's definitely not. There's no rain here. These windows
No,
are
we
completely
got-
dry.
I remember one year I got like
Go ahead.
all around player
Yeah, it's different
because
though.
I put in my hardest. I didn't do that great. It was my first year playing softball, but
No, but I'm talking about like you have a team, a little league team of 10, right? And you should have first, second, and third. But everyone gets a trophy. Everyone gets a ribbon.
I broke my participation trophy.
Stupid.
I got a participation.
There is a real sense of adulthood that comes when you're a child. When you're 6 years old and you're in a team and you lose.
Yeah.
I think it's a good sense for a child to realize that in life, everything's not handed to you.
No, it's not.
You have to earn a winning. So when you're on that team and you earn that first place trophy, you've earned that thing.
You have.
And all the work and hard effort you put into it, will differentiate you from the guy who was on the last place team who just sat there and, didn't do anything. And it gives you that motivation to somehow, someday, to try to better yourself. Now, if you have no interest in the sport whatsoever, then so be it. You're done with it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you really, really want to play, you want to challenge yourself. Because what's going to happen in about 10 years with professional sports? You're going to have really lack of challenge and a lack of competitiveness.
Yeah.
Because now if these kids who are like 10 years old are getting last place trophies, where is the intention from them to challenge themselves and push themselves to be a professional
It's not
athlete?
there at all. They don't, yeah.
We're going to be watching subpar sports in the
But-
next... Or even in school or anything in that matter.
You know where I think it went wrong with society in general too is, okay, so you take the baby boomer generation. You had these middle class families, these families that are working their ass off to support, and they say, I want to give my kids everything I couldn't have.
Yeah.
Well, they did, but they didn't teach them the value of $1. They spoiled them instead because
spoiled them.
they wanted to give them everything that they didn't have.
Yeah.
So by doing so, you created this generation of assholes who think like they're entitled to everything.
True.
And that's what I feel like where things started.
I don't know if that's so much the baby boom though. I think that's recently in the last. I think that's
Yeah,
a generation
maybe
below
not.
us.
Maybe you're right. Maybe right. But that is where I feel it all started with these people saying, "I'm going to give my kids everything I didn't have," but they didn't teach them the value of $1.
I found
That is exactly where it started.
in reality. I think
See? Yes.
someone said,
Thank you.
I think our generation is the last of the hard working, earning your way.
Yeah, it's over.
And I think we both know people, and everyone knows people who were a little more spoiled, I guess you could say, of us, and they have to work for them. But I think the next decade of kids below us are the worst.
They are.
They're the ones who pretty much get everything handed to them. So like the parents who are raising, so our parents raised us in the 80s, so the parents raising their kids in the 90s, right? Well, we were already old enough. Like, if you were born in the 90s or early 2000s, I'm sorry, but you guys are on a path of destruction.
Yeah, you've never
You
seen
guys-
a war. You're
don't
gonna.
You don't have to work.
No.
Everything's handed to you. You guys get a car when you turn 16. You don't have to work
God.
for it. You don't have to get a job. I've worked with children of that magnitude and different jobs and stuff, and they have a different sense of $1. They have a different sense because they know they don't have to show up to work or they can call out work because mom and dad are going to give them money if they need them to go on their elaborate vacation to Africa. And when are these kids these days going to Africa and these exotic places on vacations?
Used to
When
piss
does
me
this
off.
happen?
I have taken a lot of awesome vacations. You know my history of travel.
Yeah.
But like I used to get so mad. Like I'd come across these groups of people, and I would be like, "Oh yeah, we're here with my girl," and I have no idea how. You're in school, aren't you broke? How the hell are you doing this?
Yes, like
and
who's funding this vacation?
Mommy and daddy.
Listen, I went to every single ballpark. I've been to every state but Hawaii. I funded all those vacations 99% on my own.
Yep, all mine
There
were on
was
my own.
Lots of credit card debt
I never had
accumulated.
that. Yep.
It was a lot of money, mismanaged to go on these trips. And I probably spent a lot more money than I was supposed to go. But at the end of the day, my parents might have thrown me a few bucks there and there on a trip to, to spending cash and stuff like that. For the most part, every adventure or excursion I've taken in my 20s was funded by myself.
Me too. I never had anything handed to me in terms of travel ever in my life.
And that's the way it should be. If you want to go, I used to pick up extra shifts at the restaurant. There would be like a month where I'd work 5 days in a row every week on top of what I usually work, just so I can gain an extra few bucks to pay for the thing. And a lot of people do that. Nowadays, it doesn't work that way.
No, mommy and daddy come and save the day. It's like some of these kids that get apartments in Southie. How are you affording this?
You don't.
Mommy and daddy.
You don't afford those.
No, it's mommy and daddy
You can't-
helping you. That's
I mean,
exactly what it
we
is.
can't. This apartment is upper end for me and Sue's. We do all right, and this is like, on
Yeah.
the top of the level for stuff. And we're in Revere. We're not even in Boston.
Yeah.
I could
I
never
don't wanna be in
imagine. I
Boston.
couldn't even. I could be living paycheck to paycheck living in Boston.
I wouldn't want to be in Boston. I like to be on the outskirts. I like having quick access to the
But
city.
you know what's going
I
to
don't wanna
happen
be
though, and this is what's going to happen. And I hate to say it, but you guys, you kids are going to get a rude awakening in about 5 years once that first student loan payment. You see, UMass just went up on their tuition, right?
Really? Oh, shit.
UMass is going up $600-700 a semester. And I mean, I know I had significant amounts of student loans taken out during the course of the time. And I think all of us. Well, you didn't go. You did.
I didn't go to
you
college.
Did the different route.
I
but
said- I
Susan
went to
and I,
Nassau,
and even
I went to
Joey, we took out our student loans, and we're paying them back currently. And I remember when I got my first bill in the mail for a student loan about 4 or 5 years ago, and it was time to pay back. And you have a mortgage payment coming to you every month, basically.
Yeah.
And I came out of school, and there was a recession, and there was no full-time work, and very little work in my field. And there's a real reality check that comes in there. You realize now I have to be an adult.
Yeah.
And it happened to my sister, and then she realized it, and she moved out of Southie. She was living there. She was paying for it herself, but she was, it wasn't an easy place to live because it's so damn expensive. And if you do live in it, you're living like animals. You're like 7 or 8 to a freaking apartment.
Yeah.
And who wants to live like that? I mean, we have 2 dogs and a turtle. I mean, and it gets a little crowded sometimes.
Yeah.
But I think these kids will get a little reality check. And I think once they go through the process is when colleges will start going down in their prices. Because after this next generation, I think colleges have maxed out just about now.
There's definitely a ceiling where it's going to hit and then fall. It's going to happen.
It's all...
So, speaking of student loans,
Yes.
there's a news article that just popped up.
Okay.
It's a legit news article, not one of those advertising student loan forgiveness things.
Yep.
No papers, no debt. Billions in student loans may be wiped out. Apparently the creditors who let us borrow that money don't have the paperwork for over $15 billion of student loans.
Oh, that's awesome.
And they don't own them.
Now is
They
that...
don't own those loans,
True.
so they're being wiped out.
So is that federal or is that private? It sounds like it's a private field, right?
It does, but
Because, well, I can tell you, alright, here's the thing. My first student loan was with Citizens Bank. It was bought by Sallie Mae, and now it's been bought by Navient. So my student loan has been bought twice since I took it out. Like, I took mine out with Citizens, and then Sallie Mae took it over for 10 years. So these loan companies buy loans off people. Because, for whatever reason, I think Citizens got out of the student loans to focus more on banking, because I think they found out that was a very treacherous hole to fall into. Because there's a lot of people not paying their student loans out there. I could count 15 people I know personally that don't pay their student loans and have no intention to ever pay those student loans
what
back.
their credit score looks like. It's probably
Well,
shit.
it doesn't make it. It doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
In 2000, I think it was around 2000, they changed the law. You used to be able to file bankruptcy and get your student loans taken away. Not anymore. They put an amendment in that rule that now if you file bankruptcy, you still hold your student loans.
Wow.
Because a lot of people are raking them. But
I'm glad I have to deal
there
with
is a loophole around this. If you do...
Hello from Boston.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you this right now. Hello from Boston. We're in Boston, too.
Ah.
That is this year's playoff. This is from 2017 playoffs. The Celtics shirt. If you do want to file bankruptcy and get rid of your student loans, what you do is if you need a credit card that has a huge limit, you pay off your student loans with your credit card, and then you can file bankruptcy. But most people have more than what
There's like a science to it.
a limit on a credit card would be.
Oh my god!
So it's you have to max out like 15 credit cards and file bankruptcy and you get your student loans taken care of. So I wouldn't suggest it. I wouldn't suggest filing bankruptcy, and I wouldn't suggest racking up your credit cards. But yeah, just think about that, children out there, and we're gonna get to a phase where the kids coming out of like high school in the next few years might not. Oh, this guy's a Celtics fan, so I was at the.
That's cool.
Nice, go Celtics. We talked a little. Listen, we're gonna post this episode a little later. We talked a little Celtics earlier. We're gonna come to a point where kids coming out of high school aren't gonna go to college anymore because they can't afford it or they don't think it's worth it.
Yeah.
I physically did the math, and it'll take me pretty much my entire career of working in my profession to pay off my college.
Really? Are you serious?
I will never.
That's crazy.
Basically what I paid in college with the interest and the loans over the period of time, right?
Yeah.
Will pretty much equal what I make in a working career over the course before I retire. therefore never making a profit.
So you have financial herpes. It's never going away. It's never going away.
I will never make a profit
herpes.
off my college education. And think
Damn.
about that. And that's me coming out of college in 2008. I will never make a profit off my college education, working in my field.
Jesus.
Now, maybe someday I get a different job and doing something different.
Or maybe we can knock this out of the park already and actually get something going here.
Yeah, well, the podcast will take off and we'll get some sponsors. Hey,
Yeah.
listen, anyone
Hey!
want sponsors? Send us a message. You get the website right there on the link. Let's send us an email. But in a lot of people, that's the case. Like, picture you went to Harvard, right? Harvard. And you were like a teaching major, okay? Now, granted, there's some teachers that make more money than what I do.
Professors,
But if you're just getting into the game and you're paying as much money in Harvard and you had to pay your way in, you might be in the same situation as me. And I'm curious to see who out there is, when you do the math, if you're going to be in the same situation as me. You're going to end up spending more money. Some people are going to end up spending more money in college than they make in a whole lifetime of working.
That's
And doesn't that bog your mind?
That is
It almost makes it worth it taking a minimum wage job, just working that, because then you may be living paycheck to paycheck, but you're not borrowing to pay back.
See, and that's part of the reason why I didn't go. I mean, granted, you went into something that you knew you wanted to do. I had no idea what I wanted to do, and I wasn't going to be a liberal arts major.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to waste my parents' money and then end up with something paying bills my whole life.
But
That's
I have
why
to
did
admit,
it.
for majority of what I do for work, I could have learned on job site. I could have went to a tech school
Me too.
for a vocational school
Yeah.
for 2 years or something, you know,
Yeah.
or junior college, and then went out and interned at a firm. And I would have been 10 years ago, it's been
Yeah.
about 10 years since I've been out of college, I would have been exactly in the same spot I was with 2 years under my belt instead of 10 years under my belt.
And you think it's bad for you? You think it's just going to be like for people who now in 2016? Oh, man.
I mean,
It's gonna be
I
horrible.
feel bad for the kids out there. You know, we want to have your fun. It's, you know, you're pre-25 years, enjoy yourselves, but you are going to be in a worse situation than we are going to be in 10 years, because unless what Susie said was correct and these loan companies just forgive.
Yeah.
Now, there are ways to get your loans forgiven. If you read the fine print in these websites, there are ways around it. You can get all your loans forgiven.
But you know, when you get your loans forgiven, you have to count it as income.
Yeah.
Forgiven.
You have to pay taxes on it.
Forgiven.
Forgiven.
Forgiven. You got to pay
So
taxes
then
on
coming
it.
out,
you
it's
have
coming
to
out.
Pay taxes.
True.
You're still paying a shit ton of money. And
I
now
honestly,
you
God, though,
owe
I'd rather pay the IRS than the loan companies, because at least the IRS are a little more forgiving, and you can at least have a payment option with the IRS.
That's reasonable and not.
Yeah,
a
even though the
mortgage
IRS
payment.
could dip, here he goes again. Even though the IRS could physically dip into your bank account, or you gouge your income. He thinks he's at an all-you-can-eat buffet. He thinks
Yeah,
he's
you
at
gotta duct tape that thing
he
down.
thinks
now.
he's at the Golden Corral right now.
Look at him. He's just.
He's like a pig getting slut. Like little Tommy Brady literally has his head.
And Nola's
next to
like
the-
licking it from him. Like, let me get some of that.
See, but little Nola's, she's smart. She's scared to go in there because she's like, I don't think I should be doing that. Tommy just doesn't care.
Maybe we should zap him with the collar.
No, we don't.
They don't want them to be afraid of their food. Though.
Yeah, we give them a little vibrate when
It's
they're
true.
not supposed to. We don't typically give the electric zap that we're gonna do on a show in the future. Adam and I will be wearing the collars.
Yes, and I have
Ooh,
found.
and I'm in control.
No. I have found a way to make this fair.
Okay,
because here's the thing, Sue. Sorry, love you,
Oh,
but
we were talking
can't-
about it one
so
night.
I was thinking it would be like we have cards, and before we even start, it's on a card the question, and if it's true or false, because we gotta know true or false, and the card goes face up with the question,
It's like trivia.
and then you have to guess if it's true or false, and then we flip it over, and it says whether it's true or false. And if you're wrong, zap. If you're right, zap. I think that's the best way to be fair about it.
That's a scary
And
50-50.
each time-
And you're like sitting there nervously. You're like,
And each
"Oh."
time you're wrong, it goes up 1. So it's like 1, 2, 3. You know.
Ooh, I like that.
What is the highest it can go?
100.
100.
Okay, maybe we'll go up like 3 for each.
Yeah, a couple decimals.
But we don't want to go to 100. We're not going to go to 100 to
No,
zap.
don't go to 100.
No, I mean, I think
That is like 15 hertz.
15. Okay, so maybe 2.
Yeah, you actually got zapped at 15, didn't you? Yeah, it hurts. It's a different hurt. It's not like a paintball hurt. It's like a
It's a shock.
yeah.
Okay, how about 5 questions and it goes up by 3 each time you're wrong? That brings it 3, 6, 9, 12, 16.
No, I think we should do 5 questions. Goes up by 5. Go up to 25.
25. Alright.
Now, do the questions get progressively harder?
No,
or
they're all true
easier?
false. It's all true false.
Okay, and
They're both
And these don't dog this like it's a because remember it matters if I guess whether it's true or false, but don't lie and be like I'm going to say this is false even though it's really or I'm going to say it's true.
Who's making the questions? Are we going to have a third party do it?
It's about you. No, it's about you're making the questions for yourself. Just
see. I think we should have a third party.
No, that makes it more complicated.
No, I think we should have Ronald double back come up with 10 questions. True or false?
No, third party in your favor. Nope. I am so about making this fair because I don't trust any. I mean, I love all of you, but like, I want this all.
You don't think Susie and Joey want to see me get electrocuted?
Yeah. And no. So yes and no.
What if we get like a list of questions like from the internet?
Yeah.
True or false questions from the internet about history or
like a variety of
whatever.
subjects. Yeah.
And then we just randomly pick them out.
I like that idea.
No, I don't like it because you're making the questions. He might have knowledge about it. Sorry.
No, I get what you're saying.
You honestly think these two don't want to see me get electrocuted?
No, I think they do, but I think they'll throw you a bone here.
I think they would rather see me get electrocuted.
I have to accept that. So I think the true and false, you write out your own question, whether it's true or false, and on the back, you already have it written out. You already have it written on that card, whether it's true or false.
Well, how about we make Eric Powers makes the questions for you, and how Susie makes the questions for me?
Still don't trust it.
You don't think Eric wants to see me get electrocuted?
I do. Like I said, I think he does, and I think it goes both ways.
Like Eric makes the questions and you do the questions for him.
But wait, if we do it like Adam's saying, so if he makes the question, are you answering that question?
Yes, I have to answer his question. He writes on the card
he
like
answers your question.
Like yes, exactly. Face side up question, and then I'm like, okay, true, and then I flip it over to see if it says true or false.
How is there any?
There's no
regulation. Like, what do we? What's the restraints? How do we?
It's about you. It's about we're learning about each other, Arty. That's what it is.
But that's so obscure.
No, it's not. That's great.
And no one can play along at home.
I think it's true. Yes, they can.
Because they don't know the answers.
I'm reading like I was once at a sex party in Dallas Fort Worth, and I'm like, okay, is this true or false? And I say
false, because you've never been in Texas before.
No, but I have to guess this about you.
No, but this would be a question about you.
Oh.
So I have to guess this, and then I'm like, okay, this is true, and I flip it over, and it says false. Then I'm like, fuck, and then I get zapped.
I see.
You know what I mean? The question's already written there. Whether it's false.
There's a gray area in this game. I like your idea. Your idea works. We just gotta figure out where the question's coming from.
That's completely fair.
Okay.
Or we could all sit around and make questions together.
We could just get a Trivia Pursuit game and just answer questions off that. And then there's no obstruction of justice.
Yeah, why don't we just get the game? I love games.
There were just cards, there were Trivia Pursuit questions that are already
When it comes to getting my throat zapped, I just want to be sure everything is...
I
will take a shot. I will take a shot in the throat. make as many gay jokes as you want. But I will take a shot in the throat as long as it's totally on the uppity up. That's all.
I can make this uppity up. We can make this very legit.
We can make it work somehow.
Both of us are in fear of getting zapped, so I think, in the nutshell, I think this would be a good practice.
Yes.
We could have, how about we do this? How about we have a dry run? Maybe next week. So we'll use your method. So let's produce 5 questions each.
Yes, give me 5 questions.
And then we'll do this without the zappers. This will be a pure dry run, and we'll see
and next card.
How it goes.
Okay.
And if we all agree collectively that it's a fair game,
and make them boring that way, like they're not fun questions. So that way, like we would want to use fun questions for the real thing.
Let's do that. Let's do a dry run
My
next
favorite
week.
color is blue.
Without a zap.
Without a zap. All right.
And then the following week, if we have conclude that this is good, we can up the questions a little bit, and then we can bring it to the zap to the next method, I guess.
All right.
But yeah, let's do a trial. Then people at home, you guys, the viewers, can actually watch, and you can feed in if you would prefer us being zapped.
We could even do it. You're wrong, and you got to eat a bug.
Where's the boy dog?
Right here.
Oh, he's sleeping. I don't see. Oh, there he is. Oh, Nola's sleeping.
Where's the boy dog?
Where's the boy dog? All right. Well, that should
You're wrong, and you got to eat a cricket. We do that too.
We can do that food. We eat the bugs. What are the bugs? We're gonna eat bugs on the show too. There's a lot.
Oh, both zapped or like a mealworm.
Yeah.
Like eat this or you
That's
get
true.
zapped. Oh man.
Or we could have a choice. Would you rather get zapped or eat a bug?
Yeah. Oh, we're doing this. I gotta order those tomorrow. I forgot.
What would you rather do? Get zapped or eat a bug?
Depends what kind of
Get
bug.
zapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather eat a bug.
Depends what the bug is.
I don't care.
We're doing this.
No bug.
I'm ordering those tomorrow. I keep putting it off. I gotta order those tomorrow.
All right.
The bugs. They're freeze dried.
This is a successful episode. Thank you for watching Periscope, Facebook Live. Mr. The Wet Mallet. It was a wet mallet today.
The Wet Mallet.
Plugin? What are you plugging?
Yeah, so you could always check out alwaysthepacky.com and follow me on the Whirlwind Report and whirlwindreports.com.
Poor man's Packy. That's what we call it.
You
Alright.
call it. Nobody calls
And
it.
we didn't talk about my run
Just like
for,
how I'm 40. Nobody thinks I look 40.
Yeah. Tomorrow's my birthday, everyone, so feel free to wish me happy birthday on every social media aspect there is. I'll be 29. And it's going to be a great year because I got 1 more year left in my 20s. So wish me happy birthday. I appreciate that. Also, I'm running for political office, so if you're curious what's going on for the city council run, you can go to artyhenrydematia.com. Oh, is it just Arty Dematia? It's artydematia.com.
Arty Matea.
ARTYDEMATTIA.com. Check that out. Unless if you don't live in Ward 6 in Revere, then you probably have no dog in the fun. It's tomorrow here in the UK, so happy birthday. Thank you very much. The United Kingdom just wished me happy birthday on Periscope.
Nice.
Thank you very much. On my first happy birthday wrestling over the Prime Meridian.
Well,
So,
it's not your birthday.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And yes, so we'll be on next week, probably around the same time, 8 o'clock-ish.
Yeah, Tuesday.
On Periscope and on Facebook Live, and you always can get the show on the Arty84show.com. And remember, this is the problem. We don't have people doing this. You got to do this. Go on iTunes, search the Arty84 Show, and leave a friggin' comment. We need comments. That's how you get views, you know.
Yes.
You gotta leave a comment. Positive or bad, it's a comment. So go to iTunes, subscribe, and then leave a comment. Say, hey, good show. You know? The elephants upstairs agree.
On Spotify. We should get on Spotify.
Spotify, too. We're gonna get
there.
We'll get there.
You.
Thank you, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the show. And we'll see you next week. Same bat time. Same bat channel. Ronald Doubleback?
Ronald Doubleback did some vigorous jerking off, and I don't know what that noise. It was coming from there. It sounded like wall pounding. It did. It's like, what's going on?